Hey guys, I'm back. Uh, I saw this episode of Little House on the Prairie. It was season 5, episode 8, called Harriet's Happenings. And Harriet Olsen, the town merchant, whatever, she decides to create a newspaper, which she wrote. And a lot of it was bullshit, like lies and rumors and gossip about other people in the town. And it kind of divided the town up in ways on how they saw each other. It kind of like, a CNN, corrupt news network, and MSNBC, a major socialist news broadcast channel, have done to this country by lies about Donald Trump and his followers. And it's a good example of that, what fake news can do. And I've spoken plenty of times about the lies that they put out there about him being a threat to our democracy when it's actually they are a threat to democracy. They're taking away our amendment rights. And I've spoken about this plenty of times. Another lie that made me kind of laugh is they mentioned about Trump's crowd sizes. Okay, I've been to Trump events. I've seen all his speeches and rallies, televised videos of them. And when Trump fills a stadium of, say, 5,000 people, guess what? There's another 5,000 people outside. But most news stations won't show you that. And then, when Kamala Harris or any of them speak, they don't really show much of a crowd. Even at their DNC, that place wasn't full. Most of the time there's no people behind them either. They throw these celebrities into their little rallies, who actually I think Beyonce was supposed to be at the DNC and she never showed. They just said that to try to get people there. I think they may pay some of these people to be there, really. And you're paying for it with your tax money. Just like she bailed all the criminals out of jail to go murder our streets in the summer of 2020 with your tax money. And they continue to try to punish Donald Trump for something he did with his own money. Well, look what they're doing with your money, putting Americans last. Who's getting your money and your jobs at the same time, and all of our resources are the new people that are coming into this country. That's what they're doing with your money. If they're not coming across the border, they're flying them in on airplanes. Sound like they're putting Americans first? Look at some of the. Okay, Trump wanted to stop illegal immigration. Now, mind you, they're bringing people here from prisons. I think they practically parked the airplane right outside the jail cell, right outside the jailhouse, and say, "Okay, all aboard, go to America." They empty out their jails into our country. And it's been proven because they've been raping and murdering and doing whatever, looting, since they've gotten here. Like, maybe those things weren't laws in their countries, so they're not used to living under law and order, which we have in this country. So Donald Trump wants to build a wall. Suddenly, Kamala Harris has mentioned a wall. This is a country built on immigration. We know that. And, but people for centuries have come here for the American way of life because it's better than any way of life in any other country. And so I don't understand why so many people seem to hate this country today. I don't understand why. Learn something about our history. Learn something about our Constitution that gives us our rights. And you won't hate America so much. And realize that none of us are oppressed unless we want to be oppressed. None of us are oppressed. America's for everybody. We don't care who's gay or what your skin color is or anything. You know, and I think that's, you know, it's funny how, like, you know, let alone the type of people that they've invited into our country that are here to harm this country and hate this country, which is all they've proven to do by beating up police officers and raping, murdering. But, you know, people used to come here for the right reason. These people nowadays are here for a different reason, and it's harmful to this country. Well, if we lose America, the whole world is done. This is the best country in the world. There's more freedom and diversity and everything in this country than any other country in this world. And people think they can hate this country and burn our flag and walk around with flags of another country. I don't know if it's the indoctrination, the brainwashing in the schools over the past few decades or what. I didn't see this shit coming. You know, and Donald Trump wanted to fight back against harmful countries, not just countries that were harmful to America. He withdrew a deal with the terrorist nation of Iran because it was using money to hurt other people in other countries. Trump, he fought against terrorist countries, and they call him a terrorist. You know, I just wonder if we had people floating into Ellis Island from, say, Europe, if Kamala Harris would, we know what a racist she is, of course. But I bet you if there were white Europeans coming over here, I bet she would have military ships out in the ocean stopping that from happening. You know she's a racist. I don't know how this racism shit got started in this country. I haven't seen it in my time. I thought it went out in the 60s and 70s. All my life I've seen diversity in entertainment, in all professions, from owning restaurants to being doctors and lawyers. I'm 56 years old, and that's all I've seen is diversity, equity, and inclusion. Their new idea of that is all different. And you find, if you think about it, it stands for division, exclusion, and ignorance. As I explained before, if you need a surgery done, do you want the guy who's studied these surgeries for, say, 12 years, or you want this guy to do it just because he happens to be a different skin color, or because he's gay? And I'm not saying the person can't do the job because of that. They're saying it, the DEI. Trump decided to fight back against cultural or political correctness. You know, if they think it's going to offend somebody to say something, offend anybody, shouldn't they call it social correctness? When they say political correctness, that means it's only correct if a certain political side agrees with it. You know, Trump is for everybody. I've never heard him actually be offensive. Personally, I think if you find Donald Trump offensive, you have to be a pussy, basically. I've never heard him say anything offensive, and they all talk about these mean tweets, what I have yet to see. You know, and it is, and what Joe Scarborough, I think that guy's a nutbag. And I've heard a little bit, I can't go into details, I've heard things about his history. Look that guy up. He's on CNN, I believe, he and his wife. And he held up a picture. Remember about 5 months ago when we had that group of immigrants plowing through our border, knocking over our border patrol people? Kind of looked like an insurrection to me. If they want to call a broken door on January 6th an insurrection. This is how that happened. And Joe Scarborough had a picture of the newspaper with that on the picture of it, saying, and he was yelling angrily, saying, this is all Donald Trump's fault. In other words, he was saying that happened 5 years ago and not 5 months ago. And people still continue to watch this shit on TV or in The View. People actually go there and watch these losers talk about our country and insult the best president this country's ever had. You know, and Donald Trump wanted to rebuild our armed forces. Now, they've been putting this DEI and this wokeism crap right into our military, which I don't think these soldiers should really care about skin color or gender identity or any of that crap, or the climate. We're not that ready to lose our lives, if not limbs, for this country. Does it make any sense to you? And I've seen videos of some of these Navy recruiters all showing you how to put makeup on, and they're doing drag shows for each other at the military. Oh, they make those dresses in camouflage, right? Wow. Donald Trump also wanted to restore the sanctity of the U.S. Constitution. He appointed justices who believe the value of the Constitution, America's most important document, actually the most important document of this world. I think we're supposed to set example for the other countries. You know? Instead, they didn't change their countries. They came here to destroy ours now. You know, and now don't you think that Donald Trump's assassination has happened twice in 2 months? Twice in 2 months, somebody tried to take Donald Trump out. And these are bad people. So if the bad people are trying to kill the good people, don't you question who the bad people and who the good people are? That they're probably making this poor guy out to be the Antichrist. He hasn't done anything wrong but fight his ass off for this country, for you and me and every American, regardless of skin color or class or race or gender. He's for all Americans. While these Marxists that we have in our government now do nothing but try to divide us. When Trump got shot in the ear a couple of months on July 13th, I believe it was, he got an inch away of his life. There was one woman that was so disappointed to see that one of the medics, one of the doctors that was there to help Donald Trump, actually had a MAGA hat on. She hates a doctor who wants to make this country great again. He was doing his job to try to save the life of the man who wants to make America great again. Another woman, there was people, I don't know where it was. There was people on a bridge holding American flags. They may have had a couple of Trump flags, but they were just American flags. And this woman, I say she was probably about 70 years old, give or take a year or two. She actually stops in the middle of the bridge, probably stopping traffic, gets out of the car and yells at them and calls them racist when they didn't have any signs up there that had anything to do with racist. Though some people think the American flag itself is racist. That's how sick these people become. And she also said that it's too bad that shooter was an inch off. I mean, who says something like that? That's a terrible person. And I'm not going to lose my country to these terrible people like that. Joe Biden and his friends are always saying that America is no place for political violence. Well, look at the summer of 2020. And Kamala Harris actually egged it on. She bailed those criminals out with your money to go burn, loot, murder in our streets, destroy our cities. And there's videos of her saying it, saying that they should keep it up. I mean, they should continue to burn, loot, and murder in our cities in defense of a criminal. Yeah, George Floyd actually was a criminal. I looked him up. And I saw his whole record. You name it. Another young woman said that she wished Trump would have gotten shot in the forehead. In the Secret Service, they're not doing their job. Why not? could they want, maybe they want Trump dead too? Why won't they do their job? Their job is to protect the American people, not just, you know, the leaders, but Secret Service especially. That is their job. You know, and the Democrats are blaming Trump for his own attacks. Yeah, it's funny. You never see any of us going and trying to kill them, though, do you? You never see us go and attack them. So, I'm going to go for now. And please, vote wisely. I mean, they're destroying our country. They're destroying our culture, our society, our country, and everything it stands for. So please, vote wisely. Put the hatred aside. Stop looking for more reasons to hate Donald Trump and more reasons to love this country through common sense and finding the truth. Thanks, everybody. Please share this.